will arrive to the dais and give a speech. Talia, claps కొట్టండి ఏం చేస్తున్నారు?
Thank you.
Okay.
Give a speech.
Thank you.
Satish.
Thank you. Today is a very historical day in the Indian history. You all know that we have assembled here to celebrate 64th Independence Day. Of course, we have been celebrating so many independence days in India. Our nation has progressed a lot. Positively, I personally feel that we had to do lots of things in different areas. One of the areas is education, and you know that every nation in the world develops where maximum number of people or every corner of the people in every village, in every place, if they are educated. Before I speak elaborately over this subject, I would like to go back before 1947 when we are all slaves. Most of Indians, almost all of them, they do not have freedom of speech, even freedom of wearing this national flag. Oh, those days the country faced a lot of problems, and the small groups, so-called or great patriots, they developed different types of war, against the British rules, and they got independence. One of the great leaders who fought for the independence in a non-violent way was Mahatma Gandhi, and still today we remember him as a father of our nation. And the other side, Subhash Chandra Bose, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhagat Singh, lots of great leaders in different ways, they fought for the independence. You know, some of you, most of you are not born before the independence. If you ask your grandfather, great-grandfather, and most of them, they tell how they lived those days and how the great leaders fought for the independence of India. The country at that time had a limited number of population. The population is not that much, and the resources are not so many, and transport system is very poor, and we are not used properly our resources of irrigation, water, projects were not there. Lots of things were not there. I also don't know. I heard from my grandparents some of the things how they faced before independence. A word of gratitude to our great leaders who fought for the independence. I think so many times, so many years, I have been delivering the lecture, speaking about the past and the past age of independence. Of course, every leader, if he stands on the dais and see all of you, they speak more about the past days, how our grandparents spent and all that. But at present, if I tell the same thing, I'm only repeating the old, I'm keeping the new wine in the old bottle, which I don't like it. See, I like to speak only what I think. I don't want to imitate some great fellow, the great saint says like this, and the great leader said like this, the great scientist said like that. All that I don't want to tell that. I have my own philosophy to speak and tell about what I personally feel with my experience, with the friends, with a group of leaders whom I have associated, and the things which I learn a little. It may be helpful for you all children and for all of you. The thing which I like to concentrate or sell more is so many of our intellectuals are going abroad and they are doing their own jobs, which we call brain drive. That is, the intellectuals in different fields who are after their education in India, they are going in different countries and they work for their country and gets more dollars. It doesn't mean that we don't have proper resources in India. We have a lot of encouragement. The government is giving a lot of encouragement in different fields to keep most of the intellectuals in India. You know, if you take the statistics in IITs, in the universities, the best education institutions, in IBM, Indian Business School, or in any of the IIM institutions, the country with a great difficulty managing, the funds are given by the government. What is the government? Government is nothing but we are all. In democratic country, what tax I pay, what tax your parents pay, whatever taxes you are paying, those taxes are helpful for running these medical institutions or professional colleges, lots of this in education. After their education, they are migrating for a job, for the entertainment of their families, for the entertainment of some other attitude. They go there, they settle there. They don't come back to India. It's very great loss for the country. That's the reason, being an educationist, what I personally feel when they are studying in India, before they plan to go other countries and work for them, work for their country and get their bread and butter, let them take in a standard version, like, you know, on social security number something, who are working in the different fields, and let them be there in their mother country. Of course, some of the facilities in some field, say, if they are not up to the mark, what you should do, okay, allow them a few, and after that education, after they do lots of research over in the field which they like, they are expected to come to India, and they should do for the progress of the people who are in US. If they are permanently settled there, say in other countries, we should ask them, visit to your native place once at least in a decade, once or twice in a decade, and ask them to develop that village, the people surrounding them, in education field, in medical, in transportation, in many of the areas where they lacking. Okay, I am not against going, honestly, personally, to other countries for the betterment, but when they are working there and earn, say, more dollars, I mean, at least let them think someday in a month or a quarter or a year about the conditions and the circumstances and the environment in which they studied, and they should feel and they should work for the development of the schools in India, and they should adapt one or two villages, and they feel, according to me, education is nothing but getting degrees by degrees and qualifications by qualifications and getting big jobs and becoming managers, vice presidents, CEOs, not like that. Let them think to develop. If somebody is very good in medical, okay, what are their contribution in India in the particular field? If somebody is very good in education, say what he can do for developing the children educationally in India. It's only a matter of their determination for development of their friend, their area people, their community, their state, the whole nation. And one develops his family first, then the society, then the state, the nation. Is more than sufficient for the growth of the country in a shorter time. So I personally feel you're all citizens of India. Being citizens of India, you should at least think that the day of Independence Day and Republic Days, especially the national festivals, you should feel, oh, what India